So this week we had Falcon Winter Soldier, the fifth episode. Trevor, why don't you give us a little breakdown on that? Because that's that's what you like.
That's what I like. It's what I.
That's what you like.
Doing.
It's what you study. You're the one who studies it. I only got a few notes on it, and you
write novels. Study it.
You write novels on it.
No, I just pay attention a little bit. So, we could just do like a brief like overview. We ain't got to go step by step through things though. So it starts off immediately after the whole event where he kills the flag smasher. So you could tell he's like extremely distressed and like he just doesn't know what to do, and he runs into that warehouse kind of panting and stuff. It's kind of, I found it kind of interesting on his psyche and it's kind of scary too. He was extremely distressed. He thought about it and then he regrouped and he's immediately like, hey guys, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Wait, calm down. You just killed somebody, cold-blooded.
Grieve a little bit, like think about your actions.
Yeah.
So
like you could tell he's completely like he's just off. Like I just read PTSD from how he was acting. So and you see the interaction, and I love the interaction, how you could see Winter Soldier kind of like speak briefly and he cut it short. Because you could already tell what his intent was. He just wanted the shield from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And Sam is explaining stuff like, because that's what he does, like as a counselor. So by nature, he's trying to diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
But Winter Soldier's mind is already made up. It's like, I'm gonna get that shield back. Like, what we got to do. So, and then during their little fight, their little melee, I found very interesting he wasn't trying to diffuse the situation whatsoever. He legit tried to kill both of them. By I'm talking about Captain America.
Walker.
Yeah. John Walker was trying to kill them.
Yeah, he definitely would have.
Yeah, but they kept on saving him through that whole process.
One thing I thought the fight was a good fight. One thing that I like, me personally, I'm not fond of in a lot of films is when the villain gets a certain power or something and all of a sudden they not only know how to fully use their abilities, but they're like really good at it to the point to where you're one man and you just got the superpowers and the shield is brand new and you're able to do a pretty damn good job against Winter Soldier, who's had his abilities for years and generations, and Sam, you know what I mean? He just got it. Versus like even towards the end, you see that Sam has to learn how to use it. And it's like one thing that I don't like in films, that they do this like with Iron Man and a lot of films where it's just like the villain gets this power and all of a sudden they're super good at whatever it is.
Well,
and this
you have to understand what you're talking about though. Like John Walker is a trained soldier.
He is.
It only amplifies who he is. And if you notice how he was using that shield, it wasn't like Captain America flinging around, bouncing off everything. He aggressively threw it a couple times, but he's a brute. He was just using it as a blunt weapon instead of finessing anything. Yeah. So it wasn't.
But still, he still did a pretty damn good job against.
Because he has a purified form of the serum, unlike Bucky didn't have a pure form of it. He had a variation. So Nagel talked about that in the like when they had before he got killed about that form. He was proud of his work.
Yeah.
So I completely understand why they went that route, and just to show that he's a force to be reckoned with. He's not stable, so that makes him even worse. And he's not going to be easy to like get rid of or just disable or whatever. I thought it was pretty gruesome with the arm break too. That was like I knew through the trailers that he hurt his arm, but I didn't think they were gonna like full out like
break it to get the shield.
Sam used those turbo boosters and like damn. Okay, if you manage to do that to a super soldier, like you're going all in Mach 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. It was a good fight scene. The fight scene was really
so
good.
good.
It was so good.
Really well done.
I love the choreography in all Marvel films, pretty much.
And they've been consistent. Every episode has had a really good fight scene at the very beginning of the show. So I kind of anticipate the same thing, you know, with this next one. And then after Bucky gets that shield, he drops it next to Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam, like, he looks so depressed. He looks so sad, and he like tries to wipe off the blood because he knows what that shield symbolizes. It's kind of depressing.
Oh, I didn't even realize. I didn't even wait. So Walker left the blood on it from the guy that he killed.
He never took it off.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
I didn't see that. I didn't recognize that. Damn.
He never really had the chance to take it off if he wanted to. He was kind of running away.
No, yes, he did.
He ran away from the scene, went into the warehouse, and right away they were on him.
No, but he went down and he was like thinking, and he had to gather himself, and then he got up.
Mm-hmm.
Like immediately when Sam was hurt and tired from the fight, he immediately like swiped blood off of it as he was getting up. Like it was like a second
intention.
nature.
So you're saying intention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
no, I honestly didn't. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. Marvel with those subtle details. I love so much. You have no idea. He ripped off his wings too, which is pretty dope because I knew where that was going. Fast forward a little bit, and that whole talk with Torres, he's all, keep them. I don't need those wings. And I'm like, there we go.
There it is.
There's Falcon. He's gonna fix them. He tried to fix it, the Red Wing earlier. He's gonna fix those. That's how we're gonna get, his thing. Hopefully, Power Broker doesn't influence his progression because.
Do you think he shows up episode 6 with the wings on?
No.
That,
he might be involved somehow, but how's he gonna fix the wings in like a day? Because all this stuff is happening now.
Yeah. You also need to have a mechanism in the middle, like, you know what I mean, for the wings.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But now I think about it, the process. If he had to go to court, it's been a while. They don't go to court immediately.
Yeah, it's been a good while. I think
so
at least give him about a couple of weeks, maybe a month.
Could be. I don't know how good he is with tech, but we'll see. Because like in the comic books and stuff, he technically had legit wings. That.
Well, I was also wondering like about that as far as timing, like just real quick, because you mentioned like, okay, court was a few weeks, like with the super soldier serum, shouldn't he also heal quicker? Like I would imagine a broken arm for him is a quarter of the time maybe than it would be for like me or you.
Oh,
so I was surprised. Yeah, so I was surprised that they kept him in it like throughout the rest of the episode, because I just, that's something that I don't know. I was like, why is he still in it? Because I'm sure he would heal way quicker, a quarter if not quicker than that.
Yeah.
But whatever their decision.
Well, he did. Yeah. If you saw at the end, which we'll get to
towards the end, yeah.
But the end wasn't too far from that courtroom, like the time frame. So but he heals fast. So after he got stripped of all his medals, there's a point where I kind of felt bad for him because we know how shady the government is in all aspects of life. So he got stripped and he was only following orders and doing things the way he was trained.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you could already see where this is going.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the special guest, which I was bummed. I was hoping I was right. I was far from that. Far from that.
I think we all were.
Everyone was.
I think we all were.
They did a good job. In the back of my mind, I was thinking Uma Thurman too, because I heard Ethan Hawke's a part of one of the Marvel films that are coming up as well. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course it could be her because her husband's already involved. But no, it's Elaine from Seinfeld.
Never would have guessed.
I had to do research.
I guarantee everybody was like yelling when they saw that. Like I was.
I paused it and started Googling who this lady was. And then when I read the first one, so I Googled her, and yes, the first thing that pops up is a Madame Hydra, but that was a front. She's like a double, triple agent, which opens up a whole new can of worms where we don't even know exactly what her role is going to be in this universe because they could go multiple routes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And what I see is that she's creating her own team and she's just keeping people like on standby.
Okay.
So, and she could, I don't think she's the number one because that like out there on the internet, they're talking about power broker, but in all the iterations, she's a right-hand man to everybody, but she knows her shit. Like she was the deputy something or other for SHIELD. She used to mess around with Nick Fury, literally mess around with Nick Fury. She was part of Hydra when she infiltrated, but she was attached to Leviathan. And that makes more sense because why not have another corporation and not just regurgitate the Hydra? I don't want to see that. Start something new. So it could be a new foundation. Let's say Oscorp is involved and she's attached to Oscorp. Show me that.
AIM?
It could be AIM too. It could be AIM, but then it goes back to Zola, and that just seems like it seems kind of too easy, you know. Mm-hmm. But that is definitely AIM and that Oscorp because of the other news that I heard about Spider-Man, but we'll get there. There's a lot. While you guys are watching UFC, I was watching the superhero front.
Hey, just for the whole Elaine thing, that I text you guys right away. The whole Elaine dance. That's the first thing that came to my head the moment I saw her. Oh my god!
And you know she's evil because there's purple streak in her hair. Every villain has purple in this universe.
Yeah.
Every villain.
Well, one of the hints that they gave us too about who the character was going to be was something about she would want to have worked with or met Thor. Or something along the lines. And I didn't understand what the connection was to her with Thor. And I honestly couldn't find anything on it. So I didn't get that at all. I don't know if they were just trying to throw it off the scent or what.
Technically, she could meet it. She's a grounded character, like they said. But I don't know the comics on how far. But if she was that close to Nick Fury, she obviously had access to someone like Thor. Mm-hmm. But I don't see what, I don't, because she had no superpowers.
None, No.
So she was just basically like a Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just don't get that part.
I like her blank card that she gave, and it was all like bent too. It's not even a straight card. It's like literally like it's something that she kept folded in her freaking purse for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden like, oh yeah, here you go.
But that's clever though.
In real life.
That's clever though, because that could easily be like under a black light on one side, or
that's
like
what I was thinking,
you know what I mean? Or there's a chip in it to keep track
I
of
think
where
there's a
he's
chip.
at.
I think that's what I was thinking. I think there's a chip.
Yeah.
It actually reminded me. It actually, Trevor, like on the art world, I have one friend who's an artist, and she actually did something like that on her business cards. It is a quick
invisible?
tangent. Like it's not invisible, but she had her cards that were very simplistic and pretty much almost blank. And that what she would do is when she would hand out the card, like she would personally put some sort of handwritten thing to make each card individual for the person. So when I'm giving it out, you know what I mean? So like, there's like basic info, maybe a website or whatever, but then like the majority of it is kind of blank. And then like she would fill it in. So every person who has the card, it's like personal. And like, I just thought that was clever. I never thought of it, but I don't know. I thought of that with
and when I went to FIT them, they taught us that.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I didn't know.
Two types of cards, and one of them, have it like that.
Is individual?
No, to make it more personal. So when you meet somebody, they think it's strictly for them.
Yeah.
Like, I usually don't put my number on this, but here you go.
It's like, something like that. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. I was like, oh, she's probably, individual. Like, I don't know. But no, just blank. Nothing.
It's like Joker. Like a Joker, like a playing card. Take that. But less on it.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. So Dora Milaje. Well, first Bucky goes and interacts with I was gonna say Zola.
Zemo.
Yeah, Zemo. So if you notice, there's like they kind of removed there used to be like flowers and stuff, and they removed that from this scene, but in the trailer there were flowers.
At the statue?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
But anyways, so they take him away, arrest him, but he thought he was going to be shot and killed, which we knew he was going to be shot.
No.
But they mentioned the Raft, and that got me excited because you know who runs the Raft? Thunderbolt Ross. So it's like, oh, that's easy access. So if he starts a Thunderbolt, he's right there, and that's like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, you want time off of your record? Go do these little missions for me. So that was pretty. Oh, what was Ben's shifty eyes?
No, I was just saying that she takes him away and she tells Bucky, oh yeah, he's gonna go out here and live the remainder of his life in the Raft.
His days, yeah.
Like really, you guys can probably hold him in a better prison in Wakanda than you can on the Raft. So yeah, like you just said, Trevor, it's a setup for something down the road with either Ross or whoever's running the Raft. If it's not him, which I think it is him, but if it's not him, it's set up for something down the line.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's so easy to get them in and out. So, yeah, and then what happens? Falcon visits Isaiah another time, and it goes deeper into the story. Hence the whole title of the episode, Truth. He digs deep into all of it, but it's like it's horrible saying old school mentality, but it's everything that used to be. Yeah. So he's so tied into like the hurt and pain of his past. That's like knowing it, no black man in his right mind would ever like carry that shield. Like if you respected yourself, you know, self-respectful black man. Which I understand what he's saying, but that was the past life and things were gradually changing. They're not going to be easy for him, but the one who owned, like possessed it, gave it to him. To Sam.
I so actually, where during that scene, that was one scene that I kind of rewound because I kind of liked how Sam, his reactions during that scene, because it's kind of hard. How do you take advice like that? Do you take it with a grain of salt, or do you take it like sincerely? I felt like he took it sincerely, but at the same time, he kind of in the inside knew that there's a possibility for him to do otherwise. I thought his acting in that moment was just really sincere, and I really liked it. It really showed thought behind it, and actually taking in somebody's opinion, even if you don't necessarily agree with it. I don't know. I really like that scene.
Yeah, for sure. Because it was so emotional. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do we get a one-off mini episode, something of what happened in the past?
I think we at least deserve a cartoon, like a mini, like 15-minute, 30-minute cartoon of what happened. I honestly expected an action scene with him doing his shit. And I did too, like a montage.
They didn't call me to be the young actor. I would have played him. I would have played. I've been working. The gym's been open. I've been working out. I could have played him. I didn't receive a call. I didn't receive a phone call. I could have told you that, Trevor. I could have answered your question, Ben.
Man.
They're not going to do a comeback because I didn't get a call, Ben. They didn't call me, so no, that's not going to happen.
Playing Isaiah Bradley. Yes, let's make that happen.
That old man is way bigger than Chris. And he's older.
You haven't seen me lately. I'm just kidding.
Oh God, I think that's a good transition into the new mug. Yeah, but I feel like he took it into consideration, and that conversation felt like he was talking to a grandpa. Like,
yeah, for sure,
nothing but respect and understanding. And then he had to step back and think about it in its entirety, but he had to have multiple talks. He had talks afterwards. And then finally it's like, I have to do this. Like, I need to do this. Yeah. He might not want to, but it feels like it's thrust upon him. Yeah. So he's just taking over. So, yeah.
And plus there could be a side of him that thinks that, he's going to do otherwise. He's going to, he's gonna be the difference maker. He's not gonna be the Walker. He's gonna, So yeah.
After that, he kind of goes home and stuff, and that was kind of cool seeing him try to help his sister out, get that boat together, and then he gets a community. It was that part. as a little campy.
Such a filler. Such a filler.
Yeah,
Such a filler.
yeah.
I was like,
And
dude,
then
give me some better stuff.
I think it was a way to help humanize Winter Soldier. So Bucky, like we could see another side of Bucky and his transition and his love and his flirtatiousness with the sister. I'm like, oh, he's banging that sister. He is. He's gonna. Oh, we didn't know he liked chocolate, did we? Did we?
We don't know what tricks that arm can do. That arm can do more tricks than just.
Oh my
I don't know.
Jeez.
Well,
Come on, Chris, bro.
I don't. Hey, you brought it up. Anyway,
That's the name of the pod this episode. What that arm do?
Yet again, I was like, I don't like the fact that how they make the government seem like so freaking jacked up. For one, like what you mentioned, how they were jacked up with Walker, how they just like he literally did what they told him to do. But how like they make it seem like Sam gets paid like a freaking elementary school teacher. Like they make it seem like this dude is freaking like less than middle class. Like that, how he has like his finances are not bad, and he's struggling to help his sister keep afloat and stuff like that. I would imagine that somebody, I get it, but at his caliber, I would imagine that at his caliber, he'd get paid more than like the highest general and this and that, and like I just don't see. Like, and I get story relation, but like for me, I'm like, dude, like you act like the guy's freaking broke.
Do you remember when he was out? Do you remember? Have you seen all the movies?
Yeah.
Do you remember he got like discharged way in the beginning?
But now he's back. So it doesn't like
no. What do you mean he's back?
Doesn't work for the government anymore. Once he was disowned by the government.
Yeah, that was Ben's
so right now you're saying that he's not a part of the government in any way, shape, or form?
No,
he's not.
Oh.
He's not.
He hasn't been since they took his wings away a long time ago in the very beginning in Captain America
after
Civil War.
Yeah.
Civil War. Yeah, I think that was
Hawkeye, the other Scarlet Witch, and somebody else.
No, but even before that, he wasn't he let go?
They were all thrown in the raft. All of them were thrown in the raft.
Oh no, Ben. I mean, like before that, wasn't there something happened where they took his wings away? Remember, he had to talk with Captain America in like Civil War II about his wings being taken away or something, or he had issues. He lost all his like. There was multiple people who had wings, and they.
Oh, you're talking about initially when they're all running with each before they're like friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just know that he was still working with the government, but he was doing all the what's it called? When the traumatic stuff.
Okay.
PTSD?
Yeah, he worked with all the soldiers that came back from Afghanistan and everywhere, and he was
as a psychologist. He was a psychologist. Yeah.
And then he got the wings, and they fought Winter Soldier in the second Captain America movie, Winter Soldier, and then when it was during Civil War and he didn't sign the Sokovia Accords, is when they took
the Volvida. The Volvida. You like making up words, you nasty. Nasty boy.
Trevor trying to show off that deep voice that only works good in the mic. That's not his real voice, by the way. He lowered the tone by like 2 octaves. Like
haters.
Yeah.
Haters.
He was put in the raft with everyone that stood with Captain America after that fight in the airport in Germany, and that's when he became kind of an outlaw of the government. He was disowned pretty much by the government.
But you like, Ben, you like the little I don't want to call it a cut scene, but the side of him, going back, fixing the parents' boat and all that kind of stuff. You were like kind of cool with the filler.
You said, it was just filler. It was just
filler.
It was just part of the story. One, to kind of humanize who Bucky is, and 2, kind of again show you, Sam is he's gonna be the next Captain America pretty soon, but this is also his life. He's a real human being in a human world, still struggling. Racism / being
finances,
person in America, just trying to make a buck.
Yeah, it was the best way to transition into what they were really getting at, and that was them practicing with the shield, so you can see the difference in like in opinions, and like he kind of talked to him. There was a therapy session for both of them.
Mhm.
So after that, then they went their separate ways. But sorry, rewind. When Bucky woke up on that sofa, when he's used to sleeping on the floor and he had a smile on his face. That's when I mentioned the whole like, oh, he's gonna bang that sister, because he saw his son-in-law and son-in-laws playing with the shield. He's like, yeah, boys, they're my
Call
boys.
me daddy. Call me daddy. No.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No,
I didn't get that.
Stepchildren, not son-in-law. Or
oh, my bad.
Yeah,
My bad. You know what I mean.
That.
I mean, he is 106 years old, so
Yeah.
So, but that was another thing to show like his evolution. Like you could see him getting more comfortable and okay with who he was as a person. Just sleeping on the sofa is a huge thing, because he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And sleep on the floor. And even like in the first episode, he slept on the floor.
Yeah.
Even the talk he had with Sam, where Sam was like, if you really want to have this talk, we'll have it. And you have to take certain steps to climb out of hell. And then they talked about the whole him making amends and stuff like that. And I went back and I'm trying to help these people and help them with their problems. And Sam was like, no, you have to come clean with them and tell them exactly what happened for you to actually get over the nightmares that you're having.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't use the past. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hold on. I had to take a sip of my my drink right there.
That water, that woke water.
I woke. Okay. So yeah, after the training and stuff, Batroc apparently, I'm fast forwarding through it. So he had got called up by Sharon, which was like, what the hell? So now we know that he's been attached, and he was hired before by Nick Fury, FYI, in a past movie to do a job just to get the Avengers to go do their thing. So Sharon called him to do a favor, even though he didn't want to be associated because she got him in trouble the previous time, and delivers this package to the Flag Smashers, which is kind of weird. So there's a different intent, even though he said that he wanted to kill Sam.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't understand why it's just Sam. Why wouldn't he say also Bucky as well?
Yeah. That's what was interesting. Like I know, but Bucky wasn't there on it was the plane in the first movie or the first episode.
Oh, the first fight. That is true. He was not.
Yeah, where he lost all his men. That's why he was mad. Yeah. You called me to do this job, and I lost all my men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that technically means Sam killed all those men.
Yeah.
Which we kind of skim over, not scheme.
No, I actually didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Damn, that's heavy. That's freaking heavy.
Yeah. So, and then we're wrapping up near the end where Torres gives that tip about the Flag Smashers, about the possible location, and that's about it.
What did he say? I'm drawing a blank here.
There was like a map of like they're getting like pins.
Yes. So he's telling them where they're gonna attack next, right?
Yeah, like possibly they're getting like little like insider things, and he's like, the only difference is here's one over here in New York now. They're like, oh shit, it might be in New York.
Yes, because she does that little thing on her phone that attracts. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that happens, and then he goes to get ready, and then you see that box. So we obviously know what's in that box.
I wanted to see. I mean, I get why they didn't show anything, but I wanted to see like at least a little bit. Like at least like
they did show a little bit.
Give me a little tease.
They showed the white. They showed like this much, and you could see the white on the sides.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch
it at all.
The toys came out.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
but here's the thing, though. That only
I didn't see the toys.
Oh, the toys came out like months ago.
Yeah, I don't want to see
it. Okay. I won't look at it.
Hasbro, Mattel always put out the toys early. That's how people get their little But so with this, knowing what happened in not Endgame, Infinity War, they gave a shield to Captain America where it came out of his. Remember, he had like little worm things. So it's like, okay, possibly both of them are going to be Captain America because he has this outfit now. We know what that technology can do. No.
Oh no, you're okay. Yeah,
I'm talking about Falcon. I'm talking about Sam. So Sam has this tech now. So obviously, they could incorporate it into the wings where not only does that protect him, but I'm pretty sure he could pop that shield out whenever he wants to use the shield. So knowing so, he could easily get that shield to Bucky. And who knows, you might get 2 Captain Americas out of this.
That's what you mean. Okay.
And then, and then the little leak footage from Spider-Man.
But okay, I'll let you continue.
There's a picture of the Statue of Liberty with the shield, which makes sense if America's not comfortable with a black Captain America, and if there's multiple guys with shields, then be like, we're all in this together. You know what I mean?
Or it might create a divide. I actually don't remember seeing that. I don't remember seeing that.
No. This is leaked. I said it was a leaked photo.
Oh,
is this a poster or is this actual part of the movie?
It's a poster that's going to be in Spider-Man. It's a picture that was taken of. I don't know if they're actually going to put it on the statue, but there's posters of the statue with the Captain America shield.
Okay.
As like propaganda type of thing.
But do you think Bucky would even, like, I know there was hints in previous episodes where you said before you'll destroy the shield, I would rather take it than you destroy it. But do you think he would want to take on like that legacy? Like,
yes.
Like, you really think he'd be okay with it?
Yes.
I think he would.
Out of necessity, I think he would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why would it be necessity if there's already a Captain America? Like, where's the necessity there? Like, you know what I mean?
But he has that gear. He put in that request and he has that armor now. He has the wings, and the wings probably have other things in it. So it's like, why would he have to carry another shield if it had something that's in it that could produce it? Not saying it's going to happen, but if it does, why not? And
I guess
the way Bucky is, like, he's a good guy. He was just brainwashed one day. He was better. He was always defending his little friend who was his best friend. And his little friend happened to get big.
But he had the better heart. He had the better heart.
But
you can argue.
But Bucky always had a good heart, though.
Yeah.
Always. He was always looking out for Steve in the very beginning. So it's not like he's been bad. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. What do I know?
So
everything.
Well, I was wrong, and I regretted to bring this up because I don't want, like, you guys are gonna bash me for it, but I was wrong about the Walker's friend dying, the freaking oh my god, the black guy, the black dude.
No, I saw him. He shook.
Yeah. He's dead.
Yeah, so I was wrong about that. You know, I was wrong about that.
I did skim over that part though. But his when he was telling the parents, and he lied to the family.
Yeah.
And the sister looked at him like, whatever, dude.
Dude, that's his sister was like, I don't know if the acting was just bad with her, but she like she belonged.
Exactly.
Maybe she just didn't believe him.
I wasn't sure either. I wasn't sure. Like, Ben, no, I'm there with you. I was like, I'm not quite sure if she's a bad actor or if they gave her that guidance to just be indifferent. Where, like, I just, like, what are you doing here kind of thing. Like, I'm not sure.
Be bawling, crying, upset.
Exactly. I couldn't figure it out. I'm right there with you, Ben. I couldn't figure it out.
She looked like she didn't like that dude in the first place.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure that brother, because that brother was level-headed, and Lamar Haskins had that energy. Like, he was solid. Like, he was a good dude. Like, maybe if he had the serum, things would have been better off. But I feel like when they went off to war, he probably told his sister secrets or like things that happened, and that's why she looks at that guy like, whatever, man. I already know.
I know the truth.
Yeah.
So you think Lamar probably told her like, because you know how what they did to get their like medals and stuff was shady. You think
Oh, for sure.
You think Lamar disclosed that to his sister?
Yeah.
So she knows. Okay.
That's how I took it. I saw it like the parents were engaged because that's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
When my friends would come over, when my friends would come over, they could tell any bullshit lie. My parents were eating it all up. I'm like, why are you listening to this shit?
Trevor's such a good friend. He's so good.
They never said that. They always said some stupid lies, and my parents are like, "Oh yeah, he was doing that." Whatever.
Well, what did you think of when Walker was creating his own shield? Did you guys notice? Like, I don't know.
Iron Man.
Yeah,
that's what you thought.
Iron Man vibe.
Straight out Iron Man. It was just playing into. Right when I saw that, I felt like Val was like the evil Nick Fury now, and he was just like a new hybrid creation, and you can see the beginnings of some type of weird anti-hero villain.
For sure. He's definitely an anti-hero.
Yeah, like a Dark Avenger type character. But Punisher mentality. So. Yeah.
And I found it interesting because it looked like he was just using up straight up like metal or like steel. Like I wonder how his thing will. I wonder how it's gonna hold up to the damage because steel bends and stuff like that. I don't know where they're gonna take it, but I just to me, I remember laughing at first because initially at the very beginning when he's putting this thing together, it's like he's doing it so shoddy. It looks like I didn't like they definitely show a refined version at the very end, but I was like, dude, this guy's gonna have a janky ass shield. The welds are all off, the colors off, like the shapes. I was like, what? And then all of a sudden they go from this ugly thing to like right near the end they show like this perfect shield, and I was like, oh BS. I was like, oh, copy. I could draw a better shield than that.
He saved that. He saved that, man.
He literally goes from like this. He goes from this to like perfect. And I was like, nah, bro.
Yo, man, he saved that.
Not buying it.
How long? When did you draw that?
While you were talking.
Lies. He's been saving that for a week.
Well, it looks super crappy to me. It went from like crappy to just like perfection, and I was like, man, like I don't know, I didn't really like that, but I like everything else about it. Most definitely, I like the setup. I like the idea, the concept behind it. Like you mentioned, the Iron Man kind of concept, the anti-hero. I love it. I love the fact that with that, like I don't know where the story is going to go on from here, but with multiple villains, with multiple things fighting against an overall goal, I think it just creates a beautiful story. So I can't wait to see where it goes from here. You know.
Yeah. So talking about that, how do you feel about the new Shang-Chi? Well, before we transition into Shang-Chi, how do you feel if the power broker is actually dude, I don't. What's his name now? The Mandarin, but I don't know his real name. Because where they went Mandapore, right? Mandapore is in Southeastern Asia. He's out there in Southeastern Asia already. We know about the 10 rings that already exist in the universe, and we know how much power they have. So it's like, do you think this would be another element of power that we would want outside of just having the 10 rings?
I don't think it's going to be the Mandarin. I could see where you're going with that. I just don't see how they're going to connect that together for this show going into that movie.
Well, if they fight in
they didn't set it up enough.
Yeah,
like, I don't think they
set it up enough.
I don't think they set it up enough.
Well, if they're in Mandapore and we start Shang-Chi in Mandapore, because where are they going to do these illegal fights? Because it's supposed to be some type of tournament.
First off, we have to guess whether we think the power broker is going to be revealed in the next episode or not, which I doubt.
I don't think so.
I doubt.
Because he's bigger, and like Mandarin is one of like the main characters for Iron Man.
Yeah,
like main villains. Well, at least in the cartoons I used to watch in like the 80s.
Oh, he is. That's Iron Man's main villain was Mandarin.
Yeah. So it still falls in line with what he was doing, was just like all powerful kind of being. But I don't know what else you want. If they've already been in Southeastern Asia, who else is running that area?
Yeah.
Guess we'll find out. Yeah, I don't think they're revealed who the broker is.
And if you saw that trailer, he let his son do whatever, but he kept eye on him. He let him do his thing for 10 years, and he came from.
Yeah.
He kept eyes watching you. This part.
You're still on the Thunderbolt Ross?
I don't think it's Thunderbolt Ross no more.
Really?
I have a feeling.
Really? You gave up on that?
I think they're going the lazy path. It's going to be Sharon Carter.
No.
Yes.
No way.
You gave up on everything. You gave up on all hope.
It sounds like it.
Call it quit.
I threw in the towel. I'm out. Yeah.
Is it because the conversation at the end of the last episode where she was on the phone and it kind of seemed like she was making a deal? Is that what kind of like persuaded you kind of?
Making it so obvious to the point where it's not even fun to make the guess no more to me.
Well, she's a henchman.
I don't think she's a henchman.
Yeah, well, she, like there's a right-hand man and there's someone, their lackey who's taking care of things. Like that's how it kind of feels. Or maybe she's just still trying to get.
They could have set that up They could have set that up with Valentine. They could have said she could be the henchman.
Well, she's not done. She's no henchman.
Yeah, I don't think she has anything to do with the power broker.
Oh no?
I think she's a completely separate entity from that.
Oh, she's obviously with the government because
she
had access to everything
or some kind of
like Shield.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Shield. I don't know what it is, what she's doing, but she's completely separate from what I feel is mandatory.
Well, Shield doesn't exist anymore, so technically she was with Shield, but still has that pull.
Or whatever it is where Nick Fury's at now.
Yeah, you just seem very frustrated right now, Ben. I don't like.
I was pretty
Doesn't he?
I was really on your Kingpin hope for that power broker.
Oh, that would be.
I gave up on that a
sick.
long time ago.
That would be
so
been sick.
Fun.
But then again, that's another one of those, Ben, where they didn't set it up enough. Like they would have to do quite a bit of setup to to make that happen.
Yeah,
I would have loved it. I would have loved
that's
it.
what I think is to the point where it's just going to be Sharon Carter because they just keep playing that story to that end, and it's just kind of disappointing to a certain degree that the niece of Peggy Carter and someone that was a love interest to Captain America for a certain time is going to be this evil person now. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
But at this point, they have to give her some type of significance because it's been running on for so long. It's like there has to be some type of payoff. So
yeah, she should be the one that's helping Sam and Bucky in this whole fight and endeavor. But what do I know?
But she gave up on that life. Like she created her own empire already. Like
probably after she made out with her uncle.
Oh
yeah, her legit uncle. I don't know about any of that stuff.
That's gross.
But anyways, how do you guys feel about the Shang-Chi though?
So before I say, because you guys talk, because you guys know about it, I know nothing about this character. I don't know anything about the comic books. I know nothing. I only know for entertainment value. I thought the trailer was bad freaking ass. I love it. I know nothing about it, but I want to watch it.
So basically, it's the Marvel version of Bruce Lee, but in the comic books, the only thing that I know about the comic books is his father was Fu Manchu, which was extremely racist if they did some Fu Manchu thing because it's stereotypical Asian. So they kind of merged him into a character that was the Mandarin, who happened to be a bigger bad in the comic book world. But outside of that, I don't know too much. Oh, and Fu Fang Foom, some big ass dragon thing is part of it, but that's all I know.
Yeah, they didn't show that in the trailer. So hopefully he's somewhere in this movie. That'll be pretty dope. Yeah.
Well, did you watch the comic books, Ben, on this? Did you?
No, I don't know much about this character. The Mandarin I know more about, just kind of this evil, ancient Chinese sorceress / villain. Was the main antagonist for Iron Man for so many years in the comic books, kind of like the Lex Luthor to Superman to a certain degree. And I just know his powers comes from rings, and these rings came from a different time where each one controlled a different element in the universe, kind of almost like an infinity stone to a certain degree, but there's 10 of them. He would wear them on all his fingers. But I'm kind of different because the way that they were showing what the rings are going to be is that they're actually going to be 5 bracelets on each arm.
I like it.
You know what? At first I hated it because I was like, man, I want to see the rings. I want to see rings. Like, but then I was like, you know what? It's gonna be kind of stupid him walking around with all these rings. Have to like show off what they are and whatnot. And you remember watching the cartoon from back in the days from the 90s?
Yeah,
it was like it kind of gave off like Captain Planet like vibes to me.
It was before Captain Planet. First of all,
I'm just saying that kind of like I kind of got that vibe from each one of them. But when you kind of saw how he activated the powers and they kind of glow and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? Okay, I think this could be a change that's not gonna piss off the normal comic book geek and to a certain degree fans like me.
But if they tie it into Fu
Manchu, you said?
No,
I don't know.
Fing Fang Foom, the big dragon thing. The bracelets being on the arm could be the size of a ring for a big ass dragon.
That is true.
So it could kind of, and then I saw those bracelets on one of the old like kung fu fighting movies before, where they use the bracelets as like extra armor when they're fighting and like as a weapon.
Oh, defense. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it kind of like makes more sense logistically to do so. I don't know.
Yeah, and even to a certain degree, if you even remember, and they had these poster in this trailer, even from the first Iron Man movie, when they had the 10 ring organization posters in the background. They weren't rings like you put on your finger. They were like circles that were intertwined
bracelets
all the way around. It looked like bracelets. So I was like, okay, I mean, that's a pretty good tie-in to what they've been kind of teasing since the very beginning, the very first MCU movie.
Yeah.
Where did you see? That was Iron Man 1?
Yeah,
Iron Man 1 when he's in the cave. Was it the cave? Yeah, in the cave, they say that the organization is the 10 ring organization or whatever.
Yeah.
They were called.
Did you remember that? You remember that, or you read that? I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's a poster in one of the back panels in the cave, and
it talks about the bald dude, the villain.
When he was making the video, was it when he was making the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the background of that video is a poster of the 10 rings.
Huh.
It's
I gotta rewatch that.
They're all white.
Do you watch any cinema, Chris? You should be on cinema. Like,
but I
what
don't
you
write
watching?
notes like you. I don't freaking.
The river runs through it.
I'm
probably
not
Brokeback.
Studying.
He's watching Brokeback.
I'm not studying Marvel films, bro. Like I'm not studying. I'm not writing notes on every teaser that I see.
Really? Okay. What's the last good movie you've seen? Go. This is a good transition. Go.
The last good movie that I've seen?
This ain't a trick question.
Kong and Godzilla.
No, that was freaking terrible. That was trash.
Oh my God. Go.
I tend to watch movies that I already know that I like. Like within the last week, like I watched 3:10 to Yuma. I have the movie and I freaking love it. Like I rewatched that. Why do I need to watch something new? Like I know that I like that.
Well, I like that movie. Asked you what was
You're an actor and you don't watch new stuff.
I do if it's compelling enough, or if they're like if I know about it. Like if because I have people in the realm though. They tell me, oh, watch this, watch that, and if I read the synopsis and I'm not interested in it, then I'm just not interested in it.
So that's your answer. He just asked you what was the last good movie you saw,
and he can't answer it. He started saying all kinds.
I just said 3:10 to Yuma.
3:10 to Yuma.
Yeah, but you're going like
because it's what I like to watch. It's what I like to watch.
You didn't ask.
It's what I like to watch.
Movie that you saw that you.
Yeah, you didn't say what's the best movie of 2020. Like you didn't ask that. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. 3:10.
Godzilla vs Kong though. That's the answer to everything.
Went out. When was that made? That was like 10 years ago. That was like 10 years ago?
Had to be about 10 years ago, I would guess. 2012, 11.
Yeah, no faith in the future.
I've been on a little Western kick.
You're an
I don't
actor.
know. I'm a little Western kick.
You like Westerns? I saw a Western today. I saw Logan. That shit still gets me emotional.
I'm not a big fan of that movie.
Huh?
I'm not a big fan of the movie.
Yeah,
Logan?
That's it was structured as a basic Western.
Yeah. Western is a style, Ben. Like it's it's thematic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway,